Wonder why I'm standing in an almost empty pool? Well, this pool is about to go under a light remodel and resurfacing job, and I'm asked about this process quite a bit. You know, here in the Woodlands, our homes are aging, and therefore our pools are aging, and we run into a lot of pools that it's just time for that pool to have a facelift and to have a resurfacing. And yes, you know, pools wear out and get dated just like homes do. So here we are in the pool, and I thought it would be a great time to start talking about this process. So over the next week or two, we're going to follow this pool through the process. Today I wanted to start out by talking to you about selecting a contractor for this job, because this is quite the process, but it's not daunting. And so I wanted to take the fear out of that if you're thinking about buying a home that has a pool that needs to be resurfaced. So the first and most important thing you need to do is pick the right contractor. You know, there are two kinds of contractors that do this work. Pool builders do remodeling and resurfacing, and there are pool companies specifically, this is their business to remodel and resurface the pool. And there are pros and cons of choosing either or. So you want to make sure you choose the right contractor and you understand their timeline and the specific cost around the different components of this process. That's right. Now this homeowner has chosen to replace the waterline tiles, to resurface. They're going to replace their old incandescent light with a new LED light. And of course with resurfacing, things like the eyeballs and those type of things get replaced just as a matter of construction. So you want to understand what you're paying for, and when your pool contractor gives you a price for different components, like for instance for the tiles, you want to understand your choices in that price point, because tiles and surfaces come in different grades, different colors, and different prices. So know what you're buying, and the most important thing is understand your contractor's schedule, because I can tell you, you need to kind of get ready. This is a messy process. As you can tell behind me, you don't want to bump this timeline up into some important thing like a backyard wedding or big party, because your timeline could get pushed a little bit depending on the different types of workers that are required to do what you're asking the contractor to do, and also things like weather, things like scheduling, like that sort of thing. So understand the contractor's timeline. This pool is kind of between the process of having the tiles replaced and having the surface prep for plaster. So next week we're going to talk about getting your tiles laid, getting the pool empty, that's a fun event, and all those different steps that have to happen before you're swimming again in your beautiful new pool. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you next week.